Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So glad to have you here. First off, I would like to say Happy New Year! We all made it to 2021 and hopefully we can put 2020 in the rear view and move on. Yeah, I just am looking forward to this new year, looking forward to making a bunch of new videos. Got a bunch of stuff I'm working on and I hope you guys enjoy what's coming next. The other thing I want to say right off the bat is thank you. Thank you so much for continuing to engage with my content. Whether you've been around for a while or whether you're a brand new subscriber, thank you so much for watching and for being here. So you could consider this video as a precursor to a new series I'd like to make called Tim Eats, where I eat stuff. I love watching food videos on YouTube and I love to eat. I mean, who doesn't? So I'd love to share more of the food that I eat with you guys. New styles of Tim Talks, Tim Eats, Tim Travels. I don't know, we'll see. 2021, new year, right? That's what Tim Talks is all about, right? It's this explorative space where we can do some interesting stuff, off the cuff kind of stuff, off the dome kind of stuff. I don't know. So without further ado, let's jump into it. So this first dish, this is a Filipino dish called Arroz Caldo. So my wife is Filipino, and this is one of her home country's comfort foods that she grew up eating. And she has really nailed it recently. Basically, it's a rice porridge with lots of chicken flavoring and chicken pieces infused as it's cooked. Really tasty, really deep flavors, really homey and comforting and warm. Good for cold days for sure. So next up we have Japanese Karaage, and this is a recipe I've adapted a bit. My grandmother has a Japanese chicken wing recipe, and it sort of uses the holy trinity of Japanese cooking, which is soy sauce or shoyu, mirin, and then sake. You combine these things and it makes a sweet sauce, and add some garlic and green onions, marinate that overnight, and then add some potato starch and fry it up nice and crisp. That's what we have here, along with some roasted shishito peppers. So next up, we have Niku Udon, which is a Japanese dish. It uses these udon fat noodles. I use the Sanukiya frozen udon noodles. And then we use this Ajinomoto frozen gyudon, which gyudon is basically just beef and onions simmered in a sweet soy-based sauce. And so you combine all of those things and you get Niku Udon. And this is what's known as ebi fry in Japan, which is shrimp or prawns breaded and deep fried. And the crunch of the ebi fry with the richness of the meat and the deep savory broth all just works together so harmoniously. I really recommend you give it a try. It's quite easy to make if you buy all these off-the-shelf parts and combine them all together. Next we have my homemade version of Sundubu, which is Korean tofu soup. I'll leave a link in the description on how I made this. I followed a recipe from Aaron and Claire, and they're Korean YouTubers who make all kinds of recipe videos. Theirs is the closest I've found to real, authentic restaurant style Soondubu. I also made some fried rice with my brother's homemade chashu, which is a roasted pork, and he smoked that in his smoker for many hours. And then there's this frozen scallion pancake, which I picked up from Trader Joe's and just throw in the air fryer. It comes out nice and crispy and chewy in the center. really good combination with any kind of Korean food. These three things together were a killer combination. So here I was trying to recreate Pine State biscuits, one of my absolute favorite places to eat in the world. They have awesome biscuits and gravy, and they have what's known as the Reggie, which is an open-faced biscuit with a nice piece of juicy fried chicken, cheddar cheese smothered in their house-made gravy. And so this was my attempt to recreate that. I followed Kenji Alt Lopez's biscuits and gravy recipe. I'll leave a link in the description below so you can learn to make that yourself. It's quite easy. You can make it from scratch, start to finish in 20 to 30 minutes. Very easy, very simple, very homey and delicious. The sausage gravy is super rich and creamy and pairs perfectly with the biscuit. It was excellent. So next up we have New Year's Soba. So in Japan, it's traditional to eat soba noodles. So soba noodles are a buckwheat noodle, and that's what gives them a bit of a firmer texture. And there's this nice savory dashi stock. My brother actually brought this by for me because I couldn't be there for New Year due to, all this kind of COVID stuff. Along with that, there was a soft-boiled egg, some mushrooms, fish cake, and a few slices of that homemade deep smoked chashu that my brother made. It came out excellent and totally reminded me of my grandmother's soba that we weren't able to have this year due to all the stuff going on. And so the last thing is COOLish. This is a really interesting Japanese dessert that I had for the first time very recently. Right on the front there it says in Japanese, nomu aisu, which means drinkable ice cream or ice cream drink. It's not really an ice cream like it shows on the package, so much as it's a Slurpee. Once you let it defrost a little bit and mix it all up, it comes out in a really Slurpee-like consistency. Reminds me a lot of a Coke Slurpee that you can basically just throw in your freezer and have at any time. Really tasty, really cheap. I think it's like about $1.50. Totally worth it. If you're ever at the Japanese or Asian market and you stumble upon it, I recommend picking it up. Other than that, I have a fancy award to give out right here. Inside this envelope, I hold the name of the winner of the 2020 Subscriber of the Year Award. And I would just like to say thank you. Thank you to all of my subscribers, everybody who has stuck around and watched my videos, whether it's your first video or your 10th video or whatever it is. Thank you guys, but there can only be one. And so for the highly coveted 2020 Subscriber of the Year, it is, drumroll please, Deluxe! Yeah! Yay! Congratulations. You deserve it. You have stuck by me and you've commented on some of my least watched videos, and I just want you to know that I see you out there and I appreciate you and I appreciate your support. You truly deserve it, and I am so grateful to have you around. So, to Deluxe. So, if you are interested in winning this highly coveted award for this year, be sure to comment and let me know what's going on with you guys, or what you like or what you don't like, or whatever it is. I'm just happy to have my community around, however small it may be. Thank you to everybody, and especially to Deluxe, the winner of the 2020 Subscriber of the Year Award. Yeah, a couple other things to go over real quick. Other stuff I've been doing. I've been playing this game Cubivore. Just finished it. It was this bizarre, unique GameCube game. I'm going to be doing a video on that shortly. So if this looks interesting to you, be sure to check that out. It's a crazy game about evolving, mutating, mating, becoming the strongest Cubivore in the land, a returning wilderness. All kinds of wacky stuff. The art style is super unique, the gameplay is innovative and interesting, and it wasn't popular in its time, and I think still not many people know about it. Very interesting, very unique, one of my favorite GameCube games, so be on the lookout for that video. Still working on the Forgotten Ghibli series. Recently watched Only Yesterday, which is a beautiful film about a young woman's return to the countryside and her past life. A bit similar vibes to the Ocean Waves video I made, but unique in its own way. And definitely a piece of forgotten Ghibli that could use more attention. So if that sounds interesting to you, be sure to check out that video coming up soon. And if you haven't watched the Ocean Waves video, check that out too. I think that's my best work to date, and really proud of that video. So if you haven't seen it, check it out. I think you'd enjoy it. Other than that though, that's pretty much all I have. I just wanted to make an episode that was casual and loose and doesn't talk about so much heavy stuff. This series, Tim Talks, is just a new way to explore different stuff. It's going to be ever evolving, like I said, and we'll see where it goes. Thank you so much for tuning in and for watching and for making it this far. It's because of you guys that I can continue to make stuff like this. So here's to 2021. May it be your best year yet. I'm hoping that it's mine. Thank you again, and I'll see you guys in the next one. You know, I don't know. Still lots of stuff to think about in here before it comes out there, or here, or you know what I mean.